Hello viewers, welcome to Shiksharthi and today's topic is inequalities. What is an inequality? If I say A is equal to B, that means left hand side is equals to right hand side. A less than B, that means left hand side is less than right hand side. A greater than B means left hand side is greater than right hand side. So these two cases are called as inequality. So you might have got now, if I am using the symbol like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, then we say these values are inequalities, or this expression is called inequalities. Whereas this one is called equation. Fair? So we'll be dealing with inequalities, one of the most important topics, and a big understanding is required for the people who are preparing for quant or aptitude preparation. Fair? Now let us see what are the rules we have here. Some rules, trying to make it easy for you to understand. The first one, if I say A is greater than B, A is greater than B, then that means A minus B will be definitely greater than 0. Rule number 2, if I say A is less than B, then A minus B will be less than 0. So if A is greater than B, A is a larger value, B is a smaller value, larger values minus smaller value gives you a difference which is always positive, and smaller value minus larger value will give you a value which is always less than 0 or negative values here. Okay, all of you? Now point number 3 here in this case, Now first, if I say A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then this will be something like A is greater than B and B is greater than C. So ultimately if I compare A and C, I'll get A is greater than C as a final conclusion. Okay. Now point number 4 here. If you say A is less than B and B is less than C, implies A is less than B and B is less than C as a combined expression, and then I can consider comparing A and C. A will be definitely less than C value here in this case. Okay, so these are the first 4 points which I wanted you all to understand very, very clearly. So when I am comparing 3 variables, you need to check based on which conditions the things are working. Okay, now let us move on to next point here. Point number 5. It is point number 5 now. I say if the given condition is A is greater than B and C is greater than D if you have, and then I can certainly say A plus C will be definitely greater than B plus D here in this case. Okay, and 5th one here, if you observe, both A is greater than B and C is greater than B. So in these two, A is larger value, in these two, C is a larger value. Adding 2 larger values on one side will be definitely greater than the sum of the other 2 values on the other side here. Similarly, if A is less than B, that means A is smaller than B, and consider C is also less than D, then A plus C, sum of 2 small values, A and C both are smaller values compared to the other variables here. So A plus C will be definitely less than B plus D is the conclusion what I can consider for sure. Okay, many times in data interpretation and in other topics also these kind of conditions can be useful for us while comparing the numbers or the values given in the table or any data provided to us. Now let us move on to next one here. If I have a given condition that A is greater than B and C is greater than 0, then I have 2 conclusions here. A plus C will be greater than B plus C. A minus C will be greater than B minus C. So you can consider like this, my friend. If I say C is a constant which is positive, then A plus C will be definitely greater than B plus C, and A minus C will be greater than B minus C is what we can conclude here in this case. Okay, so by adding or subtracting, the inequality will not change. I have a different view or different way of observing the things also here, my friends. What I suggest, please see where the inequalities are changing. That means greater than becoming less than becoming a greater than. That is one type of observation which we need to maintain. And the second one is, I say, if you can also observe the cases where the inequality changes exactly. That means the greater value becomes a lesser value, or lesser value becomes a greater value. The inequality changing means greater than becomes less than and less than becomes greater than. That is called inequality change here. Okay. Similarly, if A is less than B and given C as greater than 0, then my conclusions will be A plus C will be less than B plus C, and what you can say, A minus C will be less than B minus C. So by adding or subtracting any value, the inequality will not change. Also, you can say the C value can be negative here, and negative values also if I take. But simple point to note down here is, if I am adding or subtracting a constant on either side of the inequality, the inequality will never change. This is very important point to be noted. When the inequality will not change is always a point to be noted here in this case. Okay. Now coming to the next point, all of you, we have discussed up to some 8 points over here. You please practice this, and further the 9th point which I like to take here, 9th point. Now very interesting point here. If A is greater than B, my friend, and given a condition C is greater than 0, then product A into C will be definitely greater than B into C. That means on either side, by multiplying any constant, the constant have to be positive, friends, the inequality will not change. Inequality will not change. And in the continuation of this, I also say, if A is less than B, my friends, and given C is greater than 0, then you can definitely say A into C will be less than B into C. Again, if you see, less than remains less than, greater than remains greater than. If I am multiplying with positive values on both sides, like constant I am multiplying, if I am doubling the values or tripling the values on either side, the inequality will never change. That is the point. Now, if I look at the 11th one here, if you say A is greater than B and C is less than 0, now this point I want you to observe it carefully. If I am multiplying a negative value, then what happens? Then, my friend, A will be less than B. A greater than becomes a less than. For an instance, we all know 3 is greater than 2, but if I take minus 3 and minus 2, definitely minus 3 is less than minus 2. So when you change the sign on either side, or if I multiply with a negative value on either side, the inequality will definitely change. And the 12th one, if you say A is less than B and C is less than 0, then definitely A is going to be, after multiplying here C, and here AC will be greater than B into C. After you multiply a constant value, or just by changing the signs, the inequality will change. In a continuation of this, see the 12th point, again the inequality is changing, less than has become greater than. That is the important observation which we need to make. Now the 13th point, which comes out based on the 11th and 12th point here, if you have A greater than B, then minus A will be less than minus B here. And 14th point, if you have A less than B, then minus A will be greater than minus B. So you can see this also is an important point here. If I change the signs on either side, positive value is taken negative, negative value is taken positive, the inequality will definitely change. Greater than becomes less than becomes greater than. So out of 14 points till now we discussed, the inequality will change. Where the inequality is changing? In your 11th, 12th point, 13th point and 14th point. When I multiply with negative values, or if I change the sign on either side, the inequality will definitely change. I gave you an example, say 3 is greater than 2, I said minus 3 will be less than minus 2 for sure. And if I say same thing, 3 is greater than 2, by multiplying 3 into minus 2, 2 into minus 2, if you see, this is going to be minus 6 and this is going to be minus 4. So minus 6 is less than minus 4. We all know that, right? So by multiplying negative values, the inequality will definitely change. That is the important point here. The point number 15, friends. If you have A greater than B, then 1 by A will be less than 1 by B. And this is where again the inequality is changing if you observe. The inequality will change when you take a reciprocal of them. So like if you say, example wise, if I say like 3 is greater than 2, and I say 1 by 3 and 1 by 2, this is 0.33, this is 0.5, so 0.33 is less than 0.5. So when 3 is greater than 2, by taking its reciprocal, the inequality changes again. So similarly, the 16th point would be a continuation of it. A is less than B, then I can say 1 by A will be greater than 1 by B. You can understand or take a similar kind of a values so that you can get a clarity on what exactly you are talking on the numbers. If you are not getting by direct points or if you cannot remember, then I suggest always to take a small numbers like 3 and 2 and cross check. You are already done with the fractions, how to compare the fractions concepts. So it will be easy for you to always do this process. Okay, all of you. So I have given 16 points. You can see the last few points when I multiply, when I divide, or when I do any kind of a reciprocal kind of a stuff, the inequality definitely changes. So there is another way where the inequality will change, friends. The point number 17, if I say if A is greater than B and if I say C is greater than 0, you can say A by C will be greater than B by C. The inequality is not changing here. Okay. But 18th point, if you see, if A is greater than B and C is less than 0, then A by C will be less than B by C. So there is a change of inequality, you can say, when I divide with negative value. When I when I divide with positive value, the inequality is not changing. But whereas if I divide with negative values, the inequality will definitely change. And similarly, the continuation here, if A is less than B and C is greater than 0, then I can say A by C will be less than B by C. C is positive, no change. But if I say this one, A is less than B with C negative value, then A by C will be greater than B by C is what I get a final conclusion. So this is again where the inequality is changing. This is where the inequality is changing. Just keep an eye on where the inequality changes. That is very, very important. So I repeat once again, when I multiply or divide with negative values, the inequality changes. That is one. Second, when I change the sign, the inequality changes. When I take a reciprocal, the inequality changes. Only these points you need to remember. By adding or subtracting, the inequality will never change. This is one of the most important points we should always remember while doing it. Okay. So if you are getting anywhere confused, friends, please take small numbers and try to cross check these properties so that you can get more clarity on what we are all discussing and the important key points like when inequality changes and when inequality will never change. Okay. So next point, if you see, in a continuation of this, or say let us take a fresh points here. Point number 21, friends. Okay, so things may look like I am discussing 20 points or even more than that points, but remember where the inequality is changing and not changing. If you can remember that, these 20 points are hardly to remember. We can easily remember all these points here. Okay, now if I take A and B positive numbers, okay, if I take A and B as positive numbers, then A greater than B, we can definitely say A square will be greater than B square. A square greater than B square, then we can say A is greater than B. So these two I can take it here if the numbers are positive, my friends. If A and B are positive, squaring on both sides, the inequality will be same. And but if the numbers are given as a squares, if you take a square root of them, again the numbers will have the same inequality, no change in inequality. And if the value of n is positive here, positive in the sense take greater than 1 or greater than or equal to 1, then greater than or equal to 1, then if given A is greater than B, then definitely A to the power of n will be greater than B to the power of n. The n have to be a positive integer over here, positive integer, any positive integer. These things we can see working always. Based on these conditions, we can always take it over here. Okay. Now point number 22, friends. we need to say one more point here is, you know what is arithmetic mean of two numbers? Say I have two numbers like a and b, then it is a plus b by 2. And if it is arithmetic mean of three numbers a, b and c, then it is a plus b plus c upon 3. And if I have arithmetic mean for few numbers like n number of numbers, arithmetic mean of x1, x2, x3 so on up to xn, then the answer will be x1 plus x2 plus so on up to xn divided by n is the arithmetic mean of the number. So that is a general method to find arithmetic mean of the numbers. Okay. Now next one, if I talk geometric mean of two numbers x and y, if I say, then it is x into y under root is the geometric mean. Similarly, geometric mean of x, y, z we have, then cube root of x into y into z will be the value. And if I have to take geometric mean of x1, x2, x3 so on up to xn, then it is nth root of x1 into x2 into x3 so on up to xn is what you have here. Okay. Finally, one more here, harmonic mean of two numbers. Hashtag harmonic mean of two numbers. Say a and b. This is for geometric mean. And the formula for this will be 2ab by a plus b, or in general harmonic mean of x1, x2, x3 so on up to xn will be n upon 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 plus 1 by x3 so on up to 1 by xn. There are certain questions based on AM, GM and HM also will be possible in inequality. So I need to know which value is greater, which value is to be lesser. A common conditions for AM, GM and HM, what I get here is, I find always AM of two numbers will be greater than or equal to GM of two numbers will be greater than or equal to HM of the same two numbers here. For example, a plus b by 2 will be greater than or equal to root over ab will be greater than or equal to 2ab by a plus b is what you find. Now there is only case here, note down. If you see am is equals to gm is equals to hm, for example, I beg your pardon, if you have these things equal given as a condition, hm given as a condition, then definitely a is equals to b, or the versa vice case. That means if a is equal to b, then am of the same numbers gm and hm, all the three will be equal. Otherwise, if the numbers are distinct, a is not equal to b, for example, a is not equal to b, then am will be not equal to, or definitely I should say, instead of saying not equal to, I would say greater than gm and greater than hm is what you get when a is not equal to b. Remember 2 points, again I repeat, if a is equal to b, all these three will be equal. If a is not equal to b, then am is greater than gm and gm is greater than hm is what you get here. Now let us see the use of this, and one of the important questions which has already come in competitive exams. So important point, let us take it here. Suppose if I am given a condition that x and 1 by x, 1 by x is a reciprocal of x, then what will be the value of x and 1 by x? See, if I take these two numbers, please try to understand the question here. And I have a given, I know the condition that am is greater than or equal to gm and gm is greater than or equal to hm. Am I right or wrong? Okay, all of you. So using this point, all of you, this one, if you see, I'm using this condition, and what is arithmetic mean of two numbers? X plus 1 by x by 2, a plus b by 2 kind of stuff, greater than or equal to under root of x into 1 by x I get. I'm using am greater than or equal to gm. See what is the finding here I'll get. I cross multiply 2 there, and if I cancel these two, then x plus 1 by x will be greater than or equal to 2 into 1. So x plus greater than or equal to is greater than or equal to 2. So what is the point to be noted here? Sum of a number and its reciprocal will be minimum 2 or greater than 2. Consider x have to be greater than or equal to 0. The very important point here is for all the positive values of x, for all the positive values of x, a sum of a number and its reciprocal is always greater than or equal to 2. Please understand the minimum value is 2 for any value of x greater than 0. And a similar condition, if you have x greater than or equal to 1, then the 1 plus 1 by x whole to the power of x, 1 plus 1 by x whole to the power of x always will be less than or equal to 2 and less than 2.8. That means the maximum value will be a short of 2.8 and the minimum value will be 2 for all the values of x which are greater than or equal to 1. So in this video, I have just gave you some important rules which are required to understand what are inequalities. So first you practice on this, a little of practice, little of understanding is required to understand my next video on inequalities. Please do practice on these rules. Until then, thank you all.